Jeff, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, Joe. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Rayman's a little under the weather, so I get to have you all to myself for the next 10 minutes, which is great. The real estate market in general, Jeff, we've been talking that it seems like it's been pretty good, at least in one phase. But as we get longer and deeper into this pandemic with no apparent end in sight, is that a trend you see continuing, or are you concerned things are going to turn in the opposite direction?
I am not concerned except for one reason, and that is let's see what's going to happen in November. There are buyers that are sitting on the fence wondering what's going to happen come November and whether or not they want to dive into a property now or wait till afterward. But that's the only hesitation that I have heard from any of my clients or any other people talking in the industry.
So that's a pretty good thing. Have you been surprised it's been so good?
I have been surprised it's been so good. Who knew it? Back in March, I spoke to my clients and told them to sit tight. And I've been eating a lot of crow lately, calling clients up and telling them we need to get in the market. And that's been over the past 3 or 4 months.
Because money is so tight for people, some people now, because of a loss of income, loss of wages, and the like, has that meant people have had to change what they're looking for in selling a house? Have prices had to come down a little bit?
Fortunately for those, I think, looking that unfortunately have to sell due to unfortunate circumstances with this COVID and job loss, one positive about it is the fact that they're selling at a height of the market. So had they sold 9, 10, 12, 24 months prior, they wouldn't be seeing the return that they're going to see if they have to sell now, which is good.
Right. Well, exactly, which is very good. Jeff, let's look into this. What's the latest in real estate marketing?
The latest thing in real estate market is videos. Videos are huge. And when I talk videos, Joe, I don't mean just slideshows. So sometimes people have pictures and they just scan from one picture to another and they call that a video. I'm talking real video that somebody's taking. And, video is so important because it evokes an emotion inside of buyers more than what a stagnant photo will do.
What other than that? What's the other big benefit to video, Jeff? And what do people have to be aware of when they're putting together a video as far as selling their place is concerned?
One of the things I think when somebody is looking to sell their home, what they need to talk to the listing agent or when they're interviewing listing agents, ask them, are you doing video? And if they're not doing video, you need to be concerned about that because video nowadays, everyone's on social media. Here's a for instance, and everyone's on social media. And with a video versus a stagnant file or stagnant photo, videos are going to be shared almost over 1,000% more than a stagnant photo. 1,000% more. The stat I have is 1,200% more than the stagnant photos. And that's huge, especially on social media because everyone shares those. So you're getting such incredible exposure when you're doing video.
How popular has using a drone been as far as still photography is concerned? And would you advise against that?
No, I would absolutely use drone. Now, some people think of drone and you're looking down at the house from 100 feet or 200 feet. Yes, but not really. Drone is important because you can get a video, you can get a photo shot, even a video shot of the front of the house or the back of the house from 20, 25 feet up off the air. And that gives such a different view and a perspective of the property. It's not 100 feet in the air, but it's not somebody on the ground either. And those are huge selling features nowadays that we weren't doing 2 years ago.
Also, I would think that with video is concerned, you get to take a different view of the house, and people get to see maybe things that you just can't ascertain with still photography. But having said that, when people tell you they want to do video, who does it? Does the person do it individually? Do you do it? Do you get a professional photographer? How does that all work?
So that's all up to the selling agent, the listing agent to do that. And that should be one of their value-added services that they offer to their clients, whether it's staging, what kind of marketing they do. But video should be one of those things that they have in their pocket that they're going to offer you. And the listing agent pays for that, and sometimes that drone photo could be upwards, $200 on average. up to, I've done photos on houses that it's up to $800-900 on a drone photo. And then Twilight photos are hugely important too nowadays. And those get a little expensive too. They're about a couple $100 up. But those are so important, again, because you want to capture the attention of the audience. And everyone's just going from the MLS or Zillow or whatever it may be, and they're just scanning house to house to house. You want them to stop at your house and decide that they want to look at that property over anyone else's property, and that's going to garner you the exposure. And you're not going to do that with regular photography.
So when you say Twilight, you mean like not taking a picture, it's taking a video at 7 o'clock. This is a specific thing.
Well, Twilight is sort of it's depending on when sunset is, but the lights are on inside of the house. You've got landscaping lights.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Outside. Yeah, you nailed it right, Joe. You nailed it. Yeah, and Twilights are done both not only with drone and video, but drone photos and also from on the ground, and it makes a huge impact. Again, it's one of those things when a buyer is scanning through looking for houses to buy, they're going to stop and look at that property.
Yeah, well, even a broken clock is right twice a day, so I got to get one right once in a while. It's Open House with Jeff Bodeau, our twice-a-month feature here on the morning show on WTIC. What are some don'ts when you decide to use video? What are some things that you don't want to do, that you don't want to show?
Well, that's actually a very good point. When you are working with an agent that's offering video, you obviously have to make sure that all the sides and angles and views in a particular room or outside that they're going to be shooting, they have to look good. And more so than with a stagnant photo, because with stagnant photo, you might be getting it from a couple different angles, and you're going to know that. But with video, they're coming in, they're zooming, they're zigging, they're going left, they're going right. So your house has got to be prepared for moving the garbage can that's next to the center island, or outside, having trees trimmed and mulch and stuff of that sort. It's a little bit more preparation on the side of the seller, but their ROI is significantly worth it.
How long should the video be?
So there's a couple different video shoots. I like to do video of about 1.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. It depends on the property and the size of the property. And then you absolutely have to do a video at 59 seconds and no more. Maybe a little bit less is fine, but 59 seconds allows you to be on Instagram, which then you go out onto Facebook and other places. But if you're 62 seconds, you will not get on Instagram. And Instagram is huge for selling your home right now.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how much of an impact, Jeff, does social media have now on selling the home? You just mentioned Instagram. Is it the same thing with Facebook? I would think Twitter not so much, because Twitter, and I'm on Twitter because I have to be for this, but
you have to be.
Twitter can be a cesspool, to put it mildly. So, but how about other means of social media? How important are those, and how has that changed your job?
Social media is incredible. Obviously, unfortunately, too, people just aren't going to newspaper anymore. People used to go to Sunday newsprint and find out where all the open houses were going to be, write it down from the newspaper, and that's where they would go. Nowadays, it's all on social media. Social media has become the biggest form, of advertising right now. And that's whether it's Instagram is huge, Facebook is huge, but LinkedIn, too, is extremely important.
Oh, really?
LinkedIn. Oh, absolutely. LinkedIn goes after those. They're pretty much qualified. People that are on LinkedIn, they're pretty qualified. They're business people. They're people that are looking for jobs, transferring jobs. So LinkedIn is extremely important. I use LinkedIn a lot for my advertising.
How long before people put videos up do they normally begin to hear about them? Is it instantaneous?
It should be almost instantaneous. Absolutely within a couple of hours. If the video's good and the video is intriguing and interesting, you'll start seeing likes, you'll start seeing shares, you'll start seeing people that have gone in and commented, and then, of course, you comment on those, and it just explodes from there.
It's crazy, isn't it, how your job has changed over the years?
It is. I remember when I was first looking at real estate when I was 18, 19, 20, buying houses, and the agent I would use, he'd say, you got to come in, the book was just printed, and you'd go in, and there'd be one picture and some write-up on the property, and you'd have to run out and see it. Nowadays, There's 40 photos, there's virtual tours you can do. It's incredible what has changed.
Crazy. Well, to learn more about today's topic or any other questions about the real estate market, please contact Jeff Bodeau of William Ravis at 860-463-9296 or online at jeffbodeau.com. Jeff, another great session. Thanks for being with me. Have a safe weekend. We'll talk to you in 2 weeks.
You too, Joe. Take care.
All right. Thanks.